attempt. They are collecting, and I don't know how the roof hasn't caved in the place. They have the biggest collection of baseball caps in the world. Well, at least that's where they're heading. They are trying to break a world record for the most amount of baseball caps on public display.
How many do they have now?
They've over 8,000.
Wow.
And they're all pinned to the roof.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And how the roof hasn't collapsed, I don't know. But it's extraordinary. Get a baseball cap, bring it into the Snailbox, and in return they'll give you one of their own baseball caps, like that one there. Look, that'll look lovely on your head.
There you go.
They will give you one of their own baseball caps in return. So, if you can help, please do. The Snailbox is located at Tilmoon Cross, just off the N2, north of Ashburn. And if you're going to Emerald Park with the kids over the summer, why not pop into the Snailbox straight afterwards? It's only 10 minutes away. Okay?
Yeah.
So there you are.
It's not even 10 minutes.
It's not even 10 minutes. Cast. So, what do we want to talk about on this latest episode of OM? This is a message from a lady called Laura. Hi, lads. Please talk about this on your show, but don't say my name. I'm a single mother of 5 kids, aged 2 to 12, and I wouldn't have a lot of money because I can't work because childcare would end up costing me more. But basically, I think the government should pay for kids of poorer parents like myself to go to summer camps. I was looking at summer camps for my kids, and I just can't afford them at all. Fair that some kids can go to them and some can't. It's so unfair on the kids who are hearing their friends going on about them and then wondering why they can't go to them themselves. Out playing on the road last night, and my kids were hearing their friends going on about how they're having the best time at their summer camps. No kids should ever be left without, and this is something that the government need to address so that innocent kids don't feel left behind and less important or loved. And that is from a lady called Laura. And since we got that message from Laura, I haven't been able to get these kids out of my head because it must be dreadful for kids to be out socialising with
their friends and be blown up.
Hold on, babe. What?
And to be starved and deprived of medical attention.
Oh, very good.
We're talking about these kids are literally being left out. All their friends are going to different summer camps, and these kids are not. And I just feel really... When I was a kid, there was a family across the road from us, and they obviously hadn't a pot to piss in. And every year at Christmas, for example, we'd get lovely presents from Santa. They wouldn't. I used to feel so sorry for them.
Life.
And I can't get these kids out of my head now because they just feel left out.
Stop. No, that's life. My neighbours next to me got a new car a couple of months ago. So will I ask the government to get me a new car?
No.
I want a nice new car.
You're working.
I'm going to ask Micheál Martin. I'm going to ring Micheál. I'm going to say, Micheál, give us a car.
You're out working, Casey, so,
Exactly.
How
unfair would it be?
This lady has 5 kids and can't work.
How unfair would it be on parents who are actually working and paying for, their children to have the luxury of going to a camp, and then other people who choose not to work for whatever reason don't? Or do get paid for it? How unfair would that be?
But how unfair is it on these
kids?
Work,
or you would go to work, and
Listen, you can. She's got 5 kids, for God's sake. She's on her own.
Listen, where there's a will, there's a way. You could do something from home, surely, even. Kids are in school during the active school months.
5 children aged 2
Where's
to
their
12.
Dad?
I don't know where their dad is. I assume he's not on the scene.
Okay, obviously not on the scene, I'm guessing. But don't have kids if you can't afford them. I'm sorry, your child's summer camp is the least of my problems. I don't care if your child can't go to summer camp. It's not my problem.
Now, we have asked this lady to talk to us, and so far she's refusing. She just wanted her message read out. We'll keep trying.
Amanda's on to her. Yeah. Amanda's talked to her. She said she might speak, but I'm guessing she probably won't. I'd eat my hat, my Snailbox hat, if she comes on.
We'll see in a couple of minutes. Our number is 085 825 2626. Basically what this lady is saying is that the state should assist her to let her kids go to summer camp.
I want to go and buy a new car. I want to go to the Bahamas next week. I know somebody who's going to the Bahamas. My child's barber is going to the Bahamas. Should I go to the Bahamas? Should I request that the government pay for me to go to the Bahamas? Because it's not fair that I can't go.
You're not listening to what I'm trying to say here. And somebody just messaged in to say, Katie, have a bit of compassion. It's the poor kids we're thinking of here. And that's all I'm thinking of. I'm not thinking about Laura. I'm thinking about her kids. Mammy hasn't a pot to piss in.
But sure, then, that's life. I'm sorry. You have to learn the hard way that that's life. You want good stuff, you have to work for it. You don't keep popping babies out for men who are obviously unreliable.
No compassion there?
Absolutely not. I don't have compassion. I don't have compassion where people are entitled, I don't have time for worries. Go and work. Because if the government are paying for the likes of this and paying for everything else, where does it stop? And then where's the incentive for people to work?
Well, the state does help with back to school costs. So what's different? What's different?
Let me go on a rant about this back to school cost, because this pisses me off every year, and pisses me off more so because I have children too. Parents who work are struggling just as much as parents who don't work. And if you're working class, or no, not working class, middle class, let's say, which is what you would be, middle class, I'd be middle class. If you are middle class and you're working full time, you should be entitled to something as well. They're your taxes. Parents are struggling. Day-to-day working parents are struggling. There's the cost of everything is insane. This back to school stuff, this really grinds my gears. It should be for everybody.
That's a conversation for another day.
Listen,
it's a conversation for another day.
Because that really annoys me. Why should I work and you work to pay other people's school uniforms and then also have to pay for our own school uniforms? That's bullshit.
Our WhatsApp number is 085 825 2626. Let me kick off this conversation with Tina.
Well, this is very fucking interesting. I am a single parent, 2 children, one on the spectrum. I work full time. I pay childminding for summer holidays, Christmas holidays, Easter holidays, bank holidays. And I've been doing that since my children are young, because that's what you have to do. Also, they don't get to go to summer camps because I can't afford childminding and summer camps. So should I ring the social and ask them any chance they'll pay for a summer camp for my kids, because I can't afford to pay for childminding and summer camps. What they do get is birthday parties, they get Christmas, I'm starting to bring them off on holidays from next year because I can afford it. I have a home, I have a car, everything that I've ever worked for. I understand she has 5 children, but what's she going to do? Get one parent family until the children are old enough that she can go to work? No. And what's she going to do during summer, even if she does work? She still has to pay for childminding. If she put their name down in creches right now, I'm sure in the next year or 2 she'll be able to get them in. She should have got them in when she was pregnant on them. She should have consistently, every single year, put their names down to go to creche. Get the NCS for the children to go into creche, so she wouldn't have to pay half as much as what she would be paying without the NCS. There's a lot of supports in place for single parents, for all parents now, with the NCS scheme, to put their names down in creches. And if that doesn't work, it's tough fucking shit. Pay for the childminder.
Opinions Matter. With Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon. A daily podcast from Ireland about opinions.
Sean, you're on Opinions Matter. How are you, Sean?
Adrian, how are things?
Good, thanks, Sean. Well, Sean, what's your reaction to Laura's request that the state pay for her kids to go to summer camp?
Well, I'm more annoyed at Katie's reaction to it.
In what way?
You have the same reaction to kids in Gaza saying it's not our problem.
I literally just said at the start of the programme that I referenced the children in Gaza, and I literally said that these kids who can't go to summer camps have no problems. You look at the children in Gaza. I literally referenced it at the very start of the conversation.
Well, can you answer the question? There's foreign kids getting picked up from buses every day to bring them to and from school because their parents can't pay for it. So what's the difference here?
Well, the difference is that I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm not saying that I don't know about kids being picked up at bus stops or anything like that. But on the current
Dublin
topic,
Bus are giving out contracts to every Tom, Dick and Harry to pick foreign kids up from the house to bring them
this
to and
topic
from
isn't
school.
about foreign kids. This topic is about...
Well, no, even any kids, but you're talking about kids, it's your problem.
But it's not my problem. I'm sorry, if Mary down the road doesn't work hard enough or doesn't earn enough money to pay for her kids to
Well,
go to camp,
maybe
I
just
shouldn't have
because
to...
you came from a rich family or something, like
didn't
people
come from
are
a rich
living on
family.
hard times. People are living on hard times, and are the government not meant to support people?
And this is the point.
They're doing it in every other way. They're
But
giving
where does it stop,
a lot
Sean?
of schools are getting
Where
free
does it
meals,
stop?
free books.
Yeah, but where does it stop? So what? Christmas presents? Should the government buy the Christmas presents for the parents because they can't
No,
afford
but they
the
should
nice
be
bike?
mean tested. If a girl can't afford to send her kids to a summer camp,
But a summer
and the
camp
government
isn't
should
a
test this.
necessity. At what point then do we say to people, well, actually, if you want nice things, you have to work for it?
But hang on, you're saying summer camp isn't a necessity. I agree, it's not a necessity, but it's a nice thing for kids to do.
It is a nice
and
thing.
when these kids, all their friends are all talking about the summer camps that they're going to, and Laura's kids are missing out. I think that's dreadful.
But sure, okay, so where does it stop? Jeremy's taking his kids on holidays tomorrow. They're heading off on a plane somewhere sunny and amazing, I'm sure. So if his next door neighbour can't afford it and they're talking to his kids, should she get a holiday because, well, they're poor kids?
You're being ridiculous
But
now.
no,
We're only
the
talking about summer camps.
the
We're talking
context
about
is
summer
It was
camps.
like your comment about you knock into your neighbour and get a car. Or ring Micheál Martin. Sure,
they're
Micheál
luxuries.
Martin. There's Ukrainians getting their cars fixed for them by the government.
But I don't know why you're
see you
making this a
moaning
race
about
issue.
that.
But why are you making a race issue? I don't believe that
I'm not right. I'm not.
Listen,
But you can't do it. Hold on. Ukrainian people are coming in and getting paid everything for them. But an Irish family that is
where are you
struggling,
getting this
that are on their knees.
information? Where are you getting this?
Grandpa, what's up? What is that? Oh, it's a duck egg. The board egg.
I saw
Listen,
it.
if that's the case,
Exactly.
Ukrainian
So
people
there you
getting
go.
their
So
cars,
it is true.
I don't want my taxes. I wouldn't be happy about my taxes going on that either. I think.
Are you happy the way your taxes are getting spent now?
No, there's things that I would prefer my taxes be taken away from and invested more into. Definitely, for
But
sure.
again, I
But
want
why add an
to
extra
focus
expense
on
for
the
something
fact that
that's not necessary?
this woman Laura literally can't afford to send her kids to summer camps that all the other kids in the neighbourhood are going to, and you think that's fair enough?
I think that's life, and I think that you have to learn in life. Sometimes you're not going to get everything. If you want things, you have to work for them. You have to put in a bit of graft. You have to put in
Well,
the
listen,
time.
I'd agree with you. I'd agree with you 100% if that was the whole aspect of life. But that's not the way life works.
It is
Because
the
the
way
government are helping certain people, and you cannot. There's 6 kids there that are going to suffer, and they'll suffer with mental health being stuck in the house for the next 3 months.
Stop.
Stop what?
That
Well,
mother
stop
could
what?
easily. No.
That mother could easily what?
That mother could easily take
Easily
the
what?
kids out for days out to the beach. Or
Do you know how much it is? I
playgrounds.
spent €85 for one child to go to a summer camp after school
And I've
for 1
looked at
week.
you work
Now,
for Sean.
yeah, but you add that up
Yeah.
for 5 kids.
Yeah.
So how is one woman meant to support 5 kids? 8, and that was only for 1 week.
Well, if you can't support them,
That was
you
for
shouldn't
one.
really have them,
The
should you?
people that are getting this money are the teachers from the schools.
I am
So
sick.
the government should step in and give
No.
some sort of giving a grant to
Listen,
teachers to run this
This
for
is not
free of
aimed at
charge.
this woman, but it's aimed in general. Maybe people should invest in contraception rather
I
than...
hear, Casey. No,
hang
hang
on.
on. No,
hang on. Don't stop me there. Don't stop me there.
Don't start judging somebody
No.
for having 5 children.
Well, I'm not talking about this woman directly. I don't know her circumstances.
But you
But there are people, there are women in this country who have multiple children from multiple fathers, and they say, well, you know what? The state's going to pay. Where does it end? Invest in contraception.
It's the kids we're talking about here. It's the
I
kids.
don't care.
Sure. Well, why don't they do what they do for the women? Why don't they put condoms in every toilet free of charge, like they put the
Yeah.
sanitary towels for women? Why don't they do
with
that?
contraception, there is actually free contraception now. I think it's only available, it could be wrong, to under 35s. I have to check
I
that.
think I walk into any toilet, there's nothing for men there free of charge, but yet women get all the sanitary towels and all. Why don't they take away them and let you pay for them yourself if that's what you're talking about?
Shay Monaghan on Facebook says, and that's nonsense, nobody sets out to be a single mother. No, I don't think anybody says, you know what, I want to be a single mother, but I think there are people who don't give a shite because they think, oh, the state will pick it up. Let's be honest here, let's call a spade a spade. There
No,
are
but,
lazy bums out there who will let the state basically raise their
Okay,
children
but
and make it out that they're not
you
getting
can't
enough.
say this is true of this woman. We don't know this
The
woman's
state are doing
circumstances.
that for
General.
hundreds of other people within the country.
Well, okay, I work.
We don't know. This woman could have working for 20 years of her life paying tax into this society, and she's getting nothing back off the government. Where there's people, and I'm not bringing it into a racist matter. But there's people coming into the country getting handed everything left, right, and centre without even being means tested.
Sorry, your comments there about. Let me take you back there to your ridiculous comment there about sanitary products. Sanitary products and condoms are very different. Having sex is a luxury, okay? Having to protect yourself because you are bleeding 1 month and you've no.
I'd never seen them eggshells before. So Nala must have just brought them in the door now a minute ago. She must have took them from the tree and brought them in. Because she has no milk left and she's trying to feed the kittens. But I've just cleaned in the kitchen, so they literally haven't been there that long. How's everybody? Carlton, Straight Jacket, Conan. Is Conan in here? Richard. Everybody. Ralts. Bubs. I will get some tunes going after I have my wash. Good morning still to everybody.
Control over that. That's not a choice. That's not a sanitary product or a hygiene product like that. That is not a luxury. That is an absolute must for women. And
why should they be put in every public toilet for women, but condoms are not put in every toilet for men?
I just said, if you were listening to me, because condoms are to have sex. They're a form of enjoyment. Sanitary products are a necessity.
It's to stop having people having kids, condoms are, is what you're just saying. Yeah. So why don't they give them for free to keep the numbers down then?
They are. The government have introduced.
Okay, we're getting totally away from the issue at hand here.
We're digressing.
Because I want to just point out a comment that you made a moment ago, which was from when I said we're talking about the children.
Hope you're well, Jay. Getting on in court. Good morning, Carlton, Straight Jacket, Ralph, everybody. You know, I want everybody to get along. You know.
Here, your exact words were, "I don't care."
Yeah, I don't care. It's not my problem.
I think that's horrific.
What was you kids in this situation, and your husband left you, and you were left on hard times and ain't got a penny? What would you do?
I wouldn't expect the government to pick up every piece.
Would you go on to single parents? Would you go on to single parents? Would you? Yes or no?
Well, no, because I work.
If you listen to what I said, if you went and felt on hard times, you lost your husband, you lost your job, and then you hadn't got the money, would you go on the dole? Would you go on to a single parents plan?
Yes or no? It would be an absolute.
Well, then, this woman has no choice. She hasn't got the money. €85 for 5 kids for 1 week.
Well, whatever about that. The working circumstances.
No, you can't just say whatever about that. I'm asking you the question.
So hang on a second. But
no,
summer camps.
I asked you a question. If you fell on hard times, would you go on to the social welfare? Yes or no? So you're relying on the state then? Yes or no?
You're not listening. Are your ears blocked, or are you seriously? Are you okay?
No, because I don't want to listen to your bullshit.
No, don't even go there with my bullshit, right? It's not out of the question.
No, I will go there. This is what it shows about opinion matters. People have an opinion.
But you're not making sense.
Your bullshit was, I don't care.
Yes, I don't
about
care.
These children. I don't.
I'm not saying I don't care about these children. I don't care about these situations because they're not necessities. I would prefer to see the money go to people, an extra few bob towards putting food on the table or clothing their kids, rather than summer camps are not a necessity. And I'm sorry that you feel bad that your little Johnny or Mary can't go because you can't afford it, but that's life. Like at Christmas when kids get different presents, some kids are going to get better presents than others. Some kids are going to wear branded jackets, some kids aren't. Some kids are going to go on holidays, some kids aren't.
And
I am sorry, but that is just, I'm not saying I don't care, but if you want nice things in life, you have to work and you have to work hard. The harder you work, the more you get in return.
Stay there for a second. Again, we were trying to get this woman on the phone because I want to find out what her situation is. I'd love to hear from her now. I
really want to hear the context.
Cian, you're on Opinions Matter. How are you, Cian?
How you doing, Adrian?
Now, Cian, what do you want to say on this?
Well, I totally agree with Katie here because, you know what I mean, you do have to save up for certain things in life. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree. But in this situation, this is a woman raising 5 kids on her own, and she just doesn't have the money.
Well, if she doesn't have the money, so would be it.
But we could help, could we not? Could the state not help?
We're doing enough. They get back to school. They get their everything else with their help with their fuel allowance and everything else. Like, where is the line drawn? If we start with summer camps, then what is the next? Holidays? What's then after that? Branded clothing? What's then after that?
Holidays is not a necessary. But summer camp for 3 months of the year where the kids, if the parent can't do it, what can you do in this country that's free? Nothing. So for them 3 months of the... Oh, yeah. For what? You might get 2 days of the week where it's good weather. to go to a park. It's not as if we live in Spain there we can say we're going to go to a beach Monday, we'll do a park Tuesday. You can't plan that in this country because of the weather.
I've never seen another nation that are as entitled as the people of Ireland.
Well, Ireland are a very good nation for other things.
Yeah, Casey, a message came in a moment ago. Hope poor middle class Casey never falls on hard times. Yeah, go on.
Well, you go straight on if you went out work sick, Katie, what's the first thing you do? And you're out of work sick for long term, what would you do? You go straight to the government and ask them for help, yes or no?
But Sean, that would be no more
than... So you're relying on the government when you need it, what you're telling me?
I've been working straight since I was 17. With all the tax that I've paid, I would be entitled in this sense to go and get... Absolutely. I've actually invested something into society. If anybody would deserve it, it would be somebody who has worked like myself.
Sorry, go on, Ken. Go on.
Sorry, Katie, I just have to say, you know what, you're brilliant on this show, I have to say.
Thank you. That's great.
Because she's an opinionated...
I don't hold back, but I just, when it comes to this kind of stuff, it really irks me because I see people who are working hard and they work and they put the money aside and they plan ahead, and single parents as well, by the way. A lot of kids in summer camps are actually from families.
How's everyone doing? Jay, good morning. Everyone else that's in there, Ralph, Richard. I have no pick. No, I have a whole bag of them. Took me ages to tune this fucking thing. But I've no pick at the minute. I need my pick, guys. But anyway, good morning. I want to listen to the radio, finish me doobie. Love you all.
That would be more disadvantaged than from families of single parents and from families of parents who don't work, because they plan, they put money away, they're responsible. I'd love to know this woman, does she smoke? Does she drink?
No, we don't know.
Johnny and Mary aren't going to their summer camps. How many smokes is she smoking a day?
Our number is 085 825 2626. Cian, you don't care about these kids either, do you not?
No, I care, but I do agree with Katie, that you should be saving, you know what I mean? Of course I care.
How can you say, you can't make money out of fresh air?
Yes, you can. You just work for it.
This woman has 5 children. It's not very easy to work when you've got 5 kids under the age of 12.
I don't know what to say to you.
Thanks, Cian. Our number is 085 825 2626 if you would like to get involved in this conversation.
I can't believe people think I'm being heartless.
You are being heartless.
I can't believe that I'm actually...
Your exact words were, I don't care. When I asked you, I said, we're talking about the kids and these kids missing out, and you said, I
But
don't
it's not a
care.
necessity. It's not like, I just can't believe I'm being branded heartless for saying that people should work if they want nice things. Surely that would go without saying. Right, the back to school allowance, I get why that's given. I understand why it's given, and it is necessary for people who are disadvantaged, because their kids have to go to school and they have to be dressed appropriately for school. But sorry, where's my help with back to school? Where's our listeners who work, who get up, bother their holes to get up and work? Where are their back to school help? Because everybody could use it, let's be honest. Nobody's flush nowadays unless you're, upper class, which, they're in a different world of their own. It baffles me that anybody would have an issue with me saying work for nice things. Summer camps are not a necessity. If you can't afford to go to a summer camp, that's on you.
I said we're talking about these children missing out when all their friends are getting to do something that's very enjoyable, and you said, I don't care.
I don't.
Emma.
Hey lads, just on today's topic, probably be a lot cheaper if she closed her legs after maybe the second child. Back your children upset is completely on her. After you have your first or second child, you probably look at your bank account and go, probably can't pop out another 3. So maybe I'll spend my money on contraception. So it's completely your fault that your children aren't having the childhood that they should have. And you should be responsible for that. You are responsible for that.
Opinions Matter. Opinions Matter. With Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon. A daily podcast from Ireland about opinions.
Michelle, you're on Opinions Matter. How are you, Michelle?
I've had 6 kids. I've bred them on my own. Unfortunately, it didn't work out between me and their father. But at the end of the day, it's up to the parents to teach their kids the word no. If you haven't got the money, then you can't pay for it. And you have to sit and explain to those kids why. There's lots of things. I used to go out with my children when they were younger. I'd go into the shop, I'd get a cooked chicken, I'd get this, and we'd go down to the park, and we'd have fun. And we'd go down to the river, and we'd have fun. We'd have time to ourselves. You don't need a lot of money to bring kids out, especially when you have 6. And I understand for that lady, yes, it's hard. But at the end, it's not up to the government to pay for camp. You know, but you don't know whether them parents are getting themselves into debt just to send the kids to camp. You know, and children nowadays...
But again, the point that I was making, Michelle, is think about the kids. These kids come in from playing last night, all upset because all their friends are talking about the great summer camps they're going to, and they're not going to it, and they feel left out. I think that's dreadful.
Well, that is dreadful, and unfortunately, that's a sad part of life, Adrian. You can't have your cake and eat, and you have to teach your children.
Girl, yeah, she's right.
Well, hold on, Adrian. It's not the government's place to give every school a free meal either, but they're doing it to help families out.
Yeah, well, I do understand that.
Necessary,
but
and
when it
comes
comes
to everybody.
But when it comes to camps, when it comes to holidays, that's on the parents, not on the taxpayers. Now, I am not ashamed to say I was a lone parent for 31 years. My oldest is 31, my youngest is 16. He was in TY. He couldn't go on a holiday last year. I hadn't got the money. Tough. And I'm very lucky with my 6 children that I could sit down and say... Right, my other sons are working and my other kids are working because they're adults now. Because I won't let them go on welfare. And that's the way it is. If you want something in life, you get off your ass and you work for it. Unfortunately, I was left in a situation where I was left on my own with kids. And I couldn't wait for my kids to get older. I had plans to go out to be a horticulturist. But unfortunately, my health got bad turn and I'm on disability. But I have installed in my children what the meaning of yes and no is. If you want something, if they come to me and say, I want Nike, so no, son, or you have to go out and get a job when you're older. When you have your money, you buy what you want. And you know what? They do. They pay their taxes.
There's a lady who is in a very similar situation with 6 children, and she doesn't believe that this woman should be helped out.
I'm not being bad, but this woman brought up 6 children in a different era. Nowadays, everything has gone through the roof. Prices of everything, food, shopping, everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you were in this woman's situation 20 years ago, it wasn't as tough on people. Everything, the prices of stuff wasn't as bad.
Oh, I agree. Price stuff was.
So there you go. So these are looking at a completely different angle. This woman now, she probably has to pay how much on gas a month, how much on ESB, everything. And as I said, the cost of living has gone through the roof in the last few years.
We all have to pay our bills.
I wouldn't say we all have to now. Let's be honest with you.
You know, it does take, as they say, it does take a village to rear a kid, but not to pay for everyone that thinks they should have to be paid for. She gets her allowance. She has 5 kids. How much is that an allowance a month? Put half it away. Put a $5 a week away. You know these camps are coming up, so why not?
Well, you know nowadays the shopping, the likes of Dunnes, 5 kids and an adult, you're probably looking at about €400 a week. Well, there you go. This is what I'm saying. It happens to you in different times. Nowadays, the cost of living
everybody has their struggles, no matter what.
Pressure.
My mum had to say no to me and my father had to say no to me and my brother and sister if we wanted to go somewhere and they hadn't got the money. And you know what? Toughen up, because that's the way life is and that's how it happens. Because if you haven't got it, you can't give it.
That's an old school saying.
What would you say to this message, Michelle? And the message says... if those kids don't get help now, they're the kids that roam the streets and end up in the criminal underworld and cost the state more in the end. In other words, don't leave the kids just languish hanging around the streets.
So because the government...
I'm sorry, that's poppycock. That's poppycock, because if that's the case, I would be roaming the street causing havoc. My kids would be roaming the street causing havoc and they have it.
I read it again. If those kids don't get help now, they're the kids kids that will roam the streets and end up
Going to
in
camp is not getting help.
Lord.
It is.
So because they don't go to camp, they're going to end up in prison. Okay, I've heard it all.
No, do you know what? I'm actually going to agree with Kate on that. I've heard it. Do you know what? I'm 53 years of age and now I've actually heard it all. Do you know what I mean? That is madness.
Stay there for a second if you can, please. Our number is 085 825 2626. This is Martin.
Afternoon, guys. Adrian called me triggered the other day. I'm fucking triggered again. Why in the name of fuck should I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? I'm already fucking paying for her kids to go back to school with back to school allowance. I'm already paying for her kids to be clothed. I'm already paying her fucking lifestyle. Like, if she thought about all this before she had her fucking legs up like a Lamborghini's doors on the constant, she wouldn't be in this mess. Now, yeah, kids all deserve to do summer camp and all of this. It's great fun. But hold on a minute. I'm what they call the squeeze middle here. And we're fucking struggling. And the two of us are fucking working decent jobs. So why the fuck would I want to pay for some fucking dolehead to have her kids go to camp? Oh, fuck off.
John, you're on Opinions Matter. How are you, John?
Adrian, how you doing?
Good,
Katie, how are you? I just want to bring you back, lads. I want to bring you back, and I don't know, some of you listeners might remember this, some of you won't. I remember when I was a kid, they were called summer camps, and the local community and the council worked together, and they laid on buses, and you'd bring €1 for each of you and each of us, and it didn't matter now if you were, if your mother or father was working or they weren't working. It was for everybody, Katie and Adrian, everybody. It was called the summer camps, and I remember on the weekends there, it was on a Saturday and a Sunday, and they bring you off to Portmarnock, or they bring you out to Bray or whatever it may be. It was something different every week, and it was absolutely brilliant. And I'm talking here a good 30 odd years ago, nearly 26. The thing about it is, why aren't you doing it today? That lady that wrote into the show actually has a point that we have more money than we know what to do with in this country. We really do. And the fact of the matter is,
the government should fund these.
I do, of course. They should be
John,
doing
I'm looking for a handout. What's new?
I'm not looking for anything. I'm well off. I'm okay. But what I'm saying is, Katie, my point is, Katie.
Johnner.
No, not at all. Okay, Katie. Okay, let's call a spade here, Katie. They can give 150 million for the City West Hotel. Why not give a couple of million to the local councils and do what I told you that what was happening 40 odd years ago, and invest it into the local communities and let them go off and bring €1 a pop and packed lunch, and a few of the parents from each of the areas used to go on these buses. They used to have a great, including myself. I availed of this. I had a great time. I had a great summer. It was running for 8 weeks every summer when we finished school. What's wrong with that, Katie? What's actually wrong with that?
What's wrong with it for me is that this situation isn't the same. This is a woman who's calling on the government to fund.
It is the same, because it was government funded, Katie. It was government funded.
You're the king of handouts. If the government can pay for it, absolutely, I'll take it.
No, here's the thing. You were pulled up earlier on there, Katie. Your man there, the glass guy. He did. He said it. He says, no, hold on for a minute, Katie. I want to get me word in here for a minute, please. He said it to you already that there's foreign people going and getting their cars fixed off the government. Okay? Now, here's the thing, Katie. Are you going to berate an Irish woman there that can't afford the piss and just say,
John, Katie's exact words were, I don't care.
Didn't I
don't care.
Another Jeremy Dixon. I don't care. Ivory Tower.
Talking about wanting a better laptop for your child. You need a laptop for school and you wanted the government to provide it. Did I?
Well, the fact of the matter is, Katie, we all know how much it is for school, our kids going back to school. And I did say that. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. Well, what about not having kids if you can't afford them?
No, you see, Katie, it's a bit late now to tell that girl there.
Yeah, but say that.
Okay, but okay.
That's another load of bullshit. Come on, Katie, come up. Here, Katie, get your shit together. Come on now, come on.
I'm not berating this woman for having 5 kids. I'm not berating.
You are.
No.
Of course you fucking, you just said it.
You absolutely are.
I'm not berating her for having 5 kids or for being a single mother. That's whatever. That's
another moron there earlier on the messenger said the same thing.
This woman.
Why did she have the kids in the first place?
Judging this woman
fucking
because of her sense of her entitlement.
It's not. The fact, it's a fucking. No, but it makes sense, Casey. You see, you're sitting there, as I said, in your ivory tower, saying Dennis Jeremy Dixon, week in, week out, when this makes proper fucking sense, the government initiative from the local councils and the local community centres, as I said, I'm not asking to spend their fucking livelihood. I'm saying invest in the community. Send them off on the bus, as I said. This was 30 odd years ago we went to summer camps. Why can't they do it now? They've fucking billions and billions coming into the country.
Okay, did you say a minute ago that you're well off?
I'm not well, I don't mean it like that, but I'm okay now.
He's not struggling. He's not struggling.
No.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is, it was for everybody, Casey. It was for everybody. Whether you hadn't got a pot to piss in back then, or...
I mean, it's good to see you. How's everybody? Emmett, Rich, Hammy. There's loads of people in here now. I'm going up to have a shower in a bit, guys. Jordan, everybody that's in here, Jay, anybody that's in here, hope you have a great day. Bernie, hope you and Jack have a great day. The sun's come out a little bit. They used to do free summer camps as well. These won't go. They won't fucking go. They never go out. They don't want to do nothing.
You were well off on your road. You know, it didn't matter who you were, we were all included.
Michelle, let me go back to you for a second. What do you think of that suggestion that the state should pay for summer camps full stop?
No, I don't think so, but I do agree with certain things that man is saying. When I was growing up, it was the neighbours, all the neighbours got together. Like I'd done it on my road. We all get together.
Yep.
And we put the money in the pot. If we can't bring the kids up, but see, unfortunately, running the Tenants Association, there's an awful lot in it today that stops people from doing it. There's a lot of restrictions. You have to have so many kids, so many parents, and a lot of parents don't seem to want to do these things. Where when we run the bouncing castles and the stuff on the road, it's out of the neighbour's pocket. It's a $5 per neighbour. There's 40 odd houses on our road. Every summer.
We've done it for years. We've done it for years.
For the last 3 years. And I remember they got out the bean bags. Everybody kept their potato sacks, because there were cloth potato sacks back then, and the kids were brought out in the front of the houses. The parents got sweets. We had little street parties for the kids. We kept the kids entertained. We didn't ask the government for a penny.
But the fact of the matter, what I'm saying is, though, and what my point is that if this could happened 40 odd years ago, as I said, about summer camps.
Well, it can't happen now.
Exactly, because we've billions and billions coming into the country. Okay, we're not struggling for money here in the country of Ireland. We're not, and we know this now. So why not invest in these, in the councils? Get the councils involved with community centres, and let's do this. Let's do this for the kids.
Guys, I went to an outdoor swimming pool recently in England, right? Never heard of it. Didn't even know such thing existed. They're all over the fucking place. In Ireland, you can't do that. They have ski fucking things here. They've got fucking skate parks, mountain fucking cycling paths. They've got more shit here. You've got fuck all in Ireland. Bar smoke, heroin and crack if you're about between 14 and 21. Other than drink, what else is there to do?
I'd rather see the money that would be spent on those summer camps going towards getting children out of hotel rooms.
Well, see, here's the thing. They did say that they're working on that and they're doing the, you know, we heard about what the budget is, whatever they're going to do. I swear, I don't believe them. It words the government says. I never did and never will. But the fact of the matter is, Katie, this woman did have a point, and she made a very valid point as far as I'm concerned. And the fact of the matter is, a couple of quid into each community. Listen, lads, run it for 8 weeks. We'll get Dublin bus involved. We'll run the buses. Use pick the destinations. Just, you know, we get the parents involved, and they will shepherd on the kids. Like, it's not fucking rocket science, lads. It really isn't.
No, it's not. It doesn't take much to run a community.
I just got a message. I just got a message in a second ago. Let me read this to you. I worked with our local GAA cool camps, and there's an allowance put aside for families that are struggling. She should talk to her local club, and I'll help and pay for some of her kids to go to summer camp.
That's very nice. That's very kind and very decent. That person's obviously very generous to do something like that. But I mean, calling on the government, and that's the person making their own decision, but calling on the government, what I have found in my 35 years of life is that spongers want to sponge more.
Now you're calling this woman a sponge?
In general, spongers want to sponge
you just have a bad attitude, Casey, as well. You know, you do have a very bad attitude.
I don't care.
Your attitude absolutely
stinks. You don't care.
I'm sick of spongers and entitled people expecting more. Much wants more. If you want to have the luxuries that other people have, do the work that other people do.
Yes, John, yep.
Sorry, Casey, when you finish your big fucking speech there, what I want to say is that it's well for you and Jeremy Dixon to fuck off on a plane there for 2 weeks. So then listen, I will never begrudge you that. I know you work, you've said it 10,000 times. The fact of the matter is, this woman doesn't work. And everybody else there slagging, oh, she shouldn't have had kids. Fuck off as well. The fact of the matter is, hold on for a fucking minute. There's major money, and I'm fucking sick of repeating myself. 150 million into a fucking hotel for refugees. They have enough money to send the kids in the local communities to the fucking Bray Beach or out to Port Marnock, and a bus will pick them up at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
You can make your point about using bad language every 2 minutes. It's a sign of a lack of intelligence to do that. But
lack of intelligence, you're just pissing me off.
Yeah,
you're actually pissing. There's a reason why I use bad language, because you're really getting under my fucking nails today, you are. Honestly.
Lads, I'm going to cut across both of you because the lady that we called Laura has agreed to talk to us, but she will only talk to us if we disguise her voice, which I'm about to do.
Why? Why does she want her voice disguised? Because she knows that it is embarrassing asking for more handouts when you're already living off the state.
Are you finished?
I'm just sick of entitled lazy people.
Let me talk to this lady. Laura is the name that we've called her. It's not actually her name, and she's asked for her voice to be disguised. Laura, tell me why you're asking for the state to pay for summer camps.
Yeah, like, I think it's only fair. Like, it's not nice for young kids. Like, I've got 5 kids. I'm not with their dad anymore. Like, but they range from 2 to 12. And for my older kids, not so much my 2-year-olds, but my older 3 kids, I think they'd really benefit from it. And it's just not nice. Like, they're out playing on the road last night with the other kids. And the other kids are all, like, in GAA camps or in soccer camps or in, like, arts and crafts camps and all of that. And they're all talking about, you know, they're making friends and they're having a great time and it's great. And, like, my kids be like, Ma, why can't we go to one? And, like, what do I say? Like, I'm a single mother with 5 kids. Like, their father's a deadbeat. He gives me nothing towards anything.
Everybody, I love the fact you come in. I'm trying to do something new. Can be very quiet when I'm in here just chatting and all that, and I do enough of that, so just sometimes spice it up a bit with something different. But I have to go. I'm having a shower. The kids are off for summer. I've had 3 joints. I can wait now till 5 o'clock. Well, 4. Half two. So, all yous, Richard especially, and everyone that comes in. Leslie, you're newish, but Richard's been there from day one. There's lots of people in here. Tanner, welcome. Bernie, I hope you have a great day with Jack. And there's Hammy as well. Emma, you know, there's loads of people. I'm going to have a shower. I hope you all have a great day. I mean that. And I'll check back in with you later on. Alright, so see you then.